So good evening all of you. How are you all doing? So next Sunday we have the CSAT Prelims, UPSC Prelims exam, you have the CSAT paper also. So before Prelims I want to give you all the idea, and this is for next year, okay. For all the aspirants who are aspiring for Civil Services Examination 2023 or later, I am here to give you all a brief about this paper, okay, CSAT paper. Many of you had the idea about this CSAT exam but not in detail. So next IAS presents you all Civil Services Examination Prelims GS paper 2. So all of you, what are the different myths regarding this paper? When was this paper introduced? What is the syllabus of this paper, the nature of the questions, each and everything we will be decoding in detail. So I'll be taking all your doubts also, all your queries, but yes, first I'll try to kind of cover the syllabus and the few questions also we will discuss today. So all of you here in this exam, okay, this is paper 2 of the Civil Services Prelims exam, and this paper is qualifying in nature. All of you, what do we mean by qualifying in nature? That is, in this exam there are total 80 questions, okay, and this 80 questions are of total 200 marks. 80 questions are of total 200 marks. It means each question, all of you, carries 2.5 marks. So each question carries 2.5 marks, and since this paper is qualifying in nature, here how much you need to score in order to qualify? 33%. And 33% of 200 marks, it comes out to be 66 marks. That is, if you score 66 or more than 66, then you can easily qualify this paper. So is it that tough to qualify? No, it is not. But the problem with many of the students is that you are out of touch, okay. You are not in the practice of solving the aptitude kind of questions, basic numeracy skill questions, reading comprehension passages and all. So therefore it becomes little difficult. So qualifying percent is what? 33%, that is 66 marks. So it means if each question carries 2.5 marks, then if for example you attempt only 30 questions, and if all your 30 questions are correct, then how much you all can score? All of you, 30 questions, 2.5 marks each question. It means you can score 75 marks if you have 100% accuracy. You can easily qualify. It means by attempting only 30 questions also you can qualify if all your 30 questions are correct. But we know that 100% of accuracy is what? Next to impossible. 100% accuracy is next to impossible. Therefore, to be on the safer side, what one needs to do? One needs to solve more number of questions. That is, if you are attempting around 40 questions, And out of 40 questions, if your 5 or 6 question goes wrong, then also you can easily qualify. With respect to voice, we can fix it up. So is it fine now? Shall we continue? So as I said, if you attempt around 40 questions, and out of 40 questions, if your 5 or 6 question goes wrong, still you can easily qualify this exam. Now the thing is, if you attempt around 40 questions and you have total 120 minutes, it means you get around 3 minutes for each question. Now if you get 3 minutes for each question, then in any one day exam, we talk about speed, we talk about accuracy. So now here accuracy plays more important role than the speed. Because in other exams, similar aptitude based exams, you will find that in lesser time you have to solve more number of questions. But here the number of questions and the time limit is optimum. It means you need to focus on accuracy, and for building up this accuracy, you need to get your concept cleared. You need to get your concept cleared. Now how is this exam? Now all of you, as the term suggests, CSAT is your Civil Services Aptitude Test. Many students, many of your friends, if you'll ask what is the nature of the exam or which type of questions we get, so most of them will say it is similar to CAT, similar to MBA exam. But no, this is different. This is really different. This is pure aptitude based test, and the type of questions which we get here, they are not formula centric, formula focused. In the numerical skill questions also, we don't get the questions which are formula based. Now all of you, questions will be of multiple choice objective type. You have 4 options. There is negative marking also. Candidate to appear in both the papers of Civil Services Prelims for the purpose of evaluation. It means you cannot skip this exam. Certainly you have to appear in this exam. That is, you have to appear in paper 1 as well as paper 2. Now syllabus, all of you. Now we'll be decoding the syllabus of this paper, CSAT paper. Comprehension. That is, the reading comprehension passages are given, and based on that passage, questions are asked. If a small passage, number of questions can be 1 or 2. If large passage, the number of questions can be 3 or even 4 at times. Now here, in case of comprehension, that is reading comprehension passages questions, you need to keep this thing in mind that you have to stick to the passages only. You don't have to use your prior knowledge, prior information. Just based on the data, the information given in the passage, you have to answer the questions. Interpersonal skills including communication skills. So interpersonal skills including communication skills, this is also checked through different type of questions. Then these topics, that is logical reasoning and analytical ability. Now we say logical reasoning and analytical ability. Now here the number of questions really matters. Why? Because sometimes you get 15-20 questions, sometimes even more than that. So logical reasoning, which type of questions we get? There are simple puzzles, sitting arrangement questions you get different kind of circular arrangement questions, blood relation question, clock and calendar, cubes and dice. These type of questions are asked. There are even non-verbal reasoning questions are also there. So this is part of your logical reasoning and analytical ability. Now when we come to decision making and problem solving, okay. Now all of you, this decision making questions, okay. This CSAT paper was introduced in the year 2011. Now we find that in year 2011, out of 80 questions, because in 2011 it was merit based, okay, it was not qualifying in nature, the marks of this paper was also counted. So in 2011 there were 8 questions from decision making. Then in 2012 there were 7 questions. In 2013 there were 6 questions from decision making. And the best part of decision making questions were that there was fractional marking concept, because in decision none of the decision can be perfect or none of the decision can be absolutely wrong. Therefore there was fractional marking concept, that is the best decision according to the evaluator. If the best decision, suppose option B, then for option B the marks, okay, defined by 2.5, then for the next best option 2 marks or 1.7 marks, in this way. But in last few years, especially since the paper has become qualifying in nature, we don't find even a single question from decision making in this exam. So now we don't have any decision making questions. We don't get any decision making questions in exam, okay. This part of the aptitude is checked in GS paper 4 in UPSC mains, okay. That is in ethics paper they check this thing, check your level. So therefore we don't find decision making questions now, and at present there are no questions of such nature, that is fractional marking. Then general mental ability and basic numeracy, numbers and their relations, order of magnitude, class 10th level, data interpretation, chart, graph, table, data sufficiency and all. So all of you see, that is out of 80 questions, after going through the syllabus, we can mainly divide it into 3 parts, that is verbal ability, quantitative aptitude plus DI, your general mental ability, and your logical reasoning, analytical reasoning and all. If we go by the trend, recent trend, okay, and recent trend means especially last 3 years paper, okay. we find that from verbal ability, out of 80 we get around 28 questions. Around 28 questions. Okay. So around 28 questions are from passages and critical reasoning questions are there. Okay. And then rest of the questions are from quantitative aptitude DI and general mental ability and logical reasoning part. Now all of you, what type of questions we get in quantitative aptitude? Now here you don't get any alien topic, okay. All the topics you all must have studied till class 10th. That is LCM, SCF, test of divisibility, average, percent, ratio, proportion, time and work, time, speed and distance, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest. Now from these topics also, as I said earlier, you don't get the questions which are hardcore formula based questions. If your basic understanding of the concept is clear. For example, what do we mean by LCM? When we use the term LCM, in any class if I ask the students, what do we mean by LCM? Nearly all answer least common multiple or lowest common multiple. Now there is a lot of difference between full form and the meaning of LCM. When we say least common multiple, so all of you, what do we mean by it? It means that the smallest number which is perfectly divisible by the given numbers. That is the meaning of LCM. So until or unless you understand the meaning of each term, then overall meaning will not get clear. And in this exam, the beauty of this exam is that here the questions, they are not hardcore formula based questions. If your basic understanding is clear, yes, you understand the concept of LCM, you can solve the questions. No need to remember any formula. This is not your SSC or bank PO exam where you need to kind of mug up all the formulas and then you have to go through so many shortcuts and tricks. No. Here you need to read the question properly. You need to understand the question, the language of the question, because the language will be trickier. The language will be trickier. So from quantitative aptitude and DI and then general mental ability and logical reasoning, analytical reasoning. So from quantitative aptitude and then DI, that is data interpretation. In data interpretation, what happens? The data is expressed either in the form of your bar graphs like this, or in the form of pie charts, or in the form of pie charts. No. So in quantitative aptitude, you get the topics like LCM, SCF and all. In DI, the data is expressed either in the form of bar graph or pie chart or line graph and all. But for solving the questions of DI, three topics of maths very important: average, percent and ratio, proportion. Three topics of maths very important: average, percent and ratio, proportion. Because from the given data, what you need to interpret? You need to find out the overall average or percent increase, percent decrease, ratio of different months, different companies, different years. So DI basically involves your average, percent and ratio, proportion. And in quantitative aptitude, I have told you all what all topics generally are there. And from quantitative aptitude and DI, you get around 22 20 to 28 questions, okay. 20 to 28 questions are there from quantitative, aptitude and DI. And then all of you, the remaining questions you get from general mental ability and logical reasoning, where there are arrangement questions, sequence questions are there, direction sense test questions are there, non-verbal reasoning, mirror image questions are there. So remaining questions, around 24 to 32 questions, are from general mental ability and logical reasoning. Now all of you, now we know the syllabus, okay, that yes, what all type of questions we get in this exam. Now just knowing the syllabus will not help us now. You need to know the type of questions, the level of questions, and therefore all of you the best way of finding out the type of questions or level of questions is going through the previous year question paper. And I want you all to attempt this question. See, this is your last year, that is UPSC 2021 prelims question. And this is one such question where more than 90% of the students, they attempt this question. So all of you look at the question. Anyone can try this question. So all of you first try the question, because through the questions only we will find the level and the category of the questions. The question here says, images of consonants of the English alphabet, capitals, are observed in a mirror. What is the number of images of these which do not look like their original shapes? Now, all of you, if you are a beginner, then remember the first and the most important rule. Read the question at least twice. Understand the question, then attempt. See, as I said in the beginning, here speed is not the issue, accuracy is. First thing, images of consonants of the English alphabet. Now what are the common errors of the students? They don't read the question properly, they don't understand the question, they just read it and they start attempting. Now first thing it is saying, it is talking about the consonants. Now we know that there are total 26 alphabets. Out of 26 alphabets, 5 are what? Vowels, A, E, I, O, U. And then remaining 21 are what? Consonants. So all of you, first I'll just express here all the alphabets as we express it in the capital letter form, the standard capital letter form, not your own capital letter form. Now all of you just identify your first error. You know what is the one of the most common error? Many students they write Y like this. Many students they write Y like this in capital letter form. All of you please remember, Y is not written like this in standard form. Y is not written like this in standard form. How Y is expressed? Y is expressed like this. Y is expressed like this. And then you have Z. So it's talking about consonants. So all of you just strike all the vowels. So vowels gone, and then the consonants. All of you now check fast. What all consonants are here which look like their original shape? When you observe them in a mirror, then how many of them will look like their original shape? So Z, will it look like its original shape? No. Y, will it look like its original shape? Y, yes. If you observe in mirror, Y will also look like this. X, yes, X will look like the same. W, yes, it will also look like the same. V, all of you, will it look like the same? Yes. T, yes. S, no. R, no. Q, no. P, no. N, no. M, yes. L, no. K, no. J, no. H, yes. G, no. F, no. D, no. C, no. B, no. So all of you, 21 consonants remaining out of 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 will look like exactly same. So 21 minus 7. What will be the correct answer? 14. What will be the correct answer here? 14. It means in this question, all of you, what you need to do? You need to be very observant here. First thing, A to Z, write down properly, cancel out the vowels and then the consonants. Make sure that yes, you have written in the standard form, and then be a little careful while just checking that what all figures will be what? Exactly same when observe them in the mirror, and which all will be not. See, this is one of the question. And you know, this type of question you won't get in any other exam except UPSC. And truly, UPSC CSAT is the real aptitude test. Here in this question, no need to remember any formula. If you don't remember any formula, any concept, you can attempt the question. You can try the question, yes, if you understand it. Is this clear to all? Is this clear to all? No. Now all of you look at this next question. This is also your last year question. This is also your last year question. All of you try to answer the question. All of you, what is the answer? Just remember one thing, okay. Maths is very different from your other subject, arts and all. In class of maths, you cannot feel like a spectator, or you cannot act like a spectator, okay. Any session of maths related to your CSAT or any class of CSAT, you must keep your pen and paper ready. Any question you need to attempt. Because until or unless you get the answer, you check the answer, you cannot find out what is your current status. Now, given here, this is also last year question. Replace the incorrect term by the correct term in the given sequence, where odd terms and even terms follow the same pattern. So now all of you here in 3, 2, 7, 4, 13, 10, 21, 18, 31, 28, 43 and 40, where odd terms and even terms follow the same pattern. Now all of you see here, in this question, odd terms and even terms does not mean your odd numbers and even numbers. Here in this sequence, this is what? This is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term, this is the fifth term, this is the sixth term, this is the seventh term, this is the eighth term, and so on. So all of you here in this question, this 3, 7, 13, 21, 31, 43 and all, these terms are what? These are at first places, third place, fifth place. So these are at odd places. So this is the meaning of odd terms here. That is, it is talking about the position. And then 2, 4, 10, 18, 28, 40. These are at even places. So all of you here in this case clearly mentioned that odd terms, that is the terms which are at odd places, they follow a pattern, and the terms which are at even places, they also follow a pattern. It means two concurrent series is running here. Two concurrent series is running here. One series is with respect to terms at odd places and other series is with respect to terms at even places. Now all of you, when we look at the terms at odd places, let's check what is the pattern. So the most common pattern we find with respect to the difference between the terms. So 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 6, 13, 13 plus 8, 21, 21 plus 10, 31, 31 plus 12, 43. So all of you, can you find a definite pattern here? Yes, we find the definite pattern. The difference between first and, that is 3 and 7 is 4, 7 and 13 6, 13 and 21 8, then 10, then 12. It means the difference between the consecutive terms in this series increases by 2. So is it following a definite pattern? Yes, it is. Now given the even terms, they also follow the same pattern. So here difference is 2, here difference is 6, here difference is 8, here difference is 10, here difference is 12. Now all of you, as soon as we find the difference here, we see 12, 12, 10, 10, 8, 8, 6, 6. But here the difference is 4, here the difference becomes 2. If we observe from the end, we find that the difference is what? Decreasing by 2, 12, then 10, then 8, then 6. Then it means here instead of 2, the difference must be what? 4. Here instead of 2, the difference must be 4. So now all of you, 4 minus 4, 4 minus 4, what will be the term here? The correct term here will be what? 0. The correct term here will be what? 0. Ajay, there is a lot of difference between solving the question yourself and explaining the question. I am not here to solve the question paper. I don't have to appear in the exam. I am here to explain the concept, and if you are a beginner, then definitely it's not possible that you can solve the question at one go. You need to understand the concept, and in understanding it takes time. So here instead of 2, what will be the correct term here? The correct term here will be what? 0. So all of you, what will be the answer? The answer will be option A. The answer will be option A. Now all of you, we have discussed two reasoning based questions, okay. Now all of you look at this question. This is your year 2018 question. This is your quantitative aptitude question from the topic profit and loss. Now all of you read the question, try to answer the question. Now here all of you read the question first. Given a shopkeeper sells an article at rupees 40 and gets X% profit. However, when he sells it at rupees 20, he faces same percentage of loss. What is the original cost of the article? Now, all of you, again, this is the classic example of UPSC CSAT question. Here in this question, if you don't know any formula of profit and loss, no problem. But yes, you need to understand the meaning of profit, the meaning of loss. If you just understand the meaning, you can read the question, look at the options, mark the answer. So all of you here, therefore, what is important? It's very important to develop this habit that as soon as you read the question, you look at the options. Why we look at the options? Because out of 80 questions, definitely there will be 5 or 6 questions which you can solve only through the options, and there will be minimum 10 to 12 questions in which through the options if you solve the question through the options, it will reduce the time period. And in verbal ability, you will find that there in many questions eliminating the options. It means through the options only you approach in many of the questions. Here also, you eliminate the options. See, if you cannot find the correct answer directly, at least you can eliminate the wrong choices. As soon as you can eliminate the wrong options, you can easily conclude the correct answer. So here all of you, this question, it is clearly given that you are selling an article at rupees 40 and then you are making profit. And when you are selling the article at rupees 20, you are suffering loss. At least this thing is clear. If you are selling at rupees 40, you are making profit. If you are selling at rupees 20, you are suffering loss. Then definitely the cost price of the article will be between 40 and 20 only. Because selling at 40 making profit, selling at 20 suffering loss. Then the cost price of the article will be between 40 and 20. Now look at the options 10, 20, 30 and 40. The only option between 20 and 40 is what? Option C, that is 30 rupees. So you can easily mark option C as the correct answer. Now all of you, when I said earlier that if you attempt around 40 questions, you get 3 minutes for each question. So 3 minutes is what the average time for each question. It does not mean that you have to kind of divide your 120 minutes in 3 minutes 40 parts and you have to give 3 minutes only for each question. Remember, there will be always few questions which you can solve within 30 seconds, within a minute, within 1.5 minutes, within 2 minutes. And there will be questions in which you will take more than 3 minutes, you will take even 4 minutes, 5 minutes also. But yes, that time will be compensated. So this is one such question where you read the question, you mark the answer. If you understand the concept, it won't take more than 30 seconds or 45 seconds to answer this question correctly. So now all of you here, out of 80 questions, if you have to attempt around 40, or you can take 50 also, 40 to 50 questions, if you have to attempt around 40 to 50 questions, it means what is the real art here, all of you? The real art here is that you have to leave also 30 to 40 questions. You have to skip, you have to leave few questions. Irfan, what if the options are 35, 25 and 30? See, remember, options are framed according to the question. There will be few questions in which you have to answer through the options. If you want to answer without options, then in the same question, rupees 40 X% profit, rupees 20 same percentage of loss, then definitely the cost price will be the average of 40 and 20. That is 40 plus 20 by 2. That is 60 by 2, you get 30. 60 by 2, you get 30. Because with respect to cost price, profit percent, loss percentage, what? Same. So that way also you can answer. But here, not needed. This is also not needed. So all of you here, as I said, the real art is leaving the questions. Please keep in mind, सारे question attempt नहीं करने हैं, कुछ question छोड़ने भी हैं. So all of you here, then what should be your approach for this paper? What is the general tendency of these students? I have seen that, as soon as they get the question paper now, as the bell rings, they start solving from question number 1. Question number first they read, start solving. Question number second they start solving. Question number third they start solving. Just bend their head and then just non-stop. No, change this approach. As soon as you get the question paper, you need to spend minimum 5 minutes in going through the complete question paper. 5 minutes, you can take 10 minutes also. You have the liberty here. Take 5 to 10 minutes, just go through the entire question paper. Because when you go through the entire question paper, you will find that there will be around 15 to 20 questions which will be from your area of strength. The thing is, from today till your next exam, that is 28th of May, you have next year prelims on 28th of May. Certainly you will study, you will prepare for CSAT. If you prepare for CSAT, then you will have few topics you will like, you will love, you will find it interesting. Few of the topics will be easier for you, few of the topics will be tough for you. So 15-20 questions you need to find out which will be from your area of strength. You need to identify those questions, because you do not want to be put in that position where after coming out of examination hall you look at question number 76 and find that, oh, that question was so easy. So therefore you just go through the entire question paper, mark the questions which are from your area of strength, the topics which you like, the questions which you find that yes, you can solve it in less than 3 minutes, in fact in 2 minutes or 1.5 minutes. You attempt those questions first. Then these questions, around 20 questions, your target must be to finish within 45 minutes. Within 45 minutes you must cover these questions, because remember, the topics which you like, the questions which are easier for you, you should take lesser time. Then only the lesser interesting topics for you. The tougher questions, you can devote more time. on an average more time for those questions. So this habit you need to develop. Now all of you, what is the problem here? The problem with the students is that they are out of practice. See, the real problem with the students is they are out of practice. Second problem with the students is few of the students, they have this maths phobia. As soon as they see, maths questions, if you all remember Tare Zami Par, so Tare Zami Par kind of situation arises. The basic concept is not clear. You need to clear those concepts. Because remember, if you do not clear those concepts, basic concepts, before exam, you will find yourself in a very difficult position later on. And CSAT is one such paper where you all should, especially those of you who are appearing next year, only 2023, you all should complete the entire syllabus by the month of November, December anyhow. And you must, kind of do couple of times revision also by the month of Feb and March. Why? Because in the end time, in the month of April or mid-March onwards, if you start solving CSAT paper and mock papers, and suppose you start scoring around 50, 45, 60, then all your focus will, kind of divert from GS to CSAT. That time you need to focus more on GS. You just need to practice CSAT questions. But what will happen? Just all your attention, all your focus will divert. Therefore, you all must kind of, complete your syllabus by the month of November or December. Now, see Prateek, how to identify the questions which you need to leave. See, this art you develop after practicing the questions. Now, after solving the questions in passages, in passages also you get different questions. Sometimes options, they are too close. How to eliminate the options? No, in options, for example, in reading comprehension passages, there are two types of statements. One are extreme, other are general statements. For example, only, all, these are what? Extreme statements. As soon as you find extreme statements in the options, the chances of that option being the correct answer reduces to 5%. And the general statement like can, may, as soon as you find these type of terms in the options, the chances of it being the correct option increases to 90%. So see, these type of things you will develop, after solving, after practicing the questions. And in passages, for example, if I am from science background, I am from engineering background, then there are chances that I might find the passages which are related to science and technology easier to understand, easier to answer. Because the passages which you all get in exam, you need to go through the passages, you need to go through previous year questions. You will find that there will be passages from science and technology, there will be passages from economics, there will be passages from polity, from agriculture, environment, biodiversity. You find so many passages. So the students who are from, for example, if they have studied earlier such topics, then the technical terms, the legal terms, you all can understand easily, those students. So for them, those passages, solving those passages will be easier in comparison to other. So this way you identify the passages which you need to attempt, the questions you need to attempt. Now Tanis, after practicing the questions, as I said, the real art here is Now skipping the question, and then second, eliminating the wrong options. You will find that there will be passages in which you will find the options, one of the options will contain only terms like only, terms like all. It becomes easier because until or unless it is clearly mentioned in the passage, you cannot mark that as the answer. So these things comes with practice only. These things comes with practice. Therefore, remember one thing, neither me nor any CSAT teacher in India has any kind of Sanjeevani booty that we will give you and then overnight you will become perfect in CSAT. No. As you put up efforts in GS now, similarly here also, this is paper, this is prelims GS paper 2 CSAT. Yes, this paper also needs your time, needs your attention, needs your effort. Consistent effort. You need to put up consistent effort. The basic requirements, yes, the basic topics you need to understand. Your calculation speed has to be above average. There are few things. Problem with many of the students. What is the problem with many of the students? Their calculation speed is too slow. If I ask them to just multiply 23 into 37, they will take around 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes to just find the product of these two numbers. So there are few basic things you need to do daily calculation practice. Those of you who feel that yes, you are weak and you need to assess yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. You know your level, you know your position, and depending on your position you need to put up the extra effort. You need to work harder. If you know that your calculation speed is poor, then daily start spending 15-20 minutes. Start spending 15-20 minutes at random for any calculation based questions. For example, 259 divided by 34. You just divide, you solve it. Three by 7 plus 4 by 9. Just solve it. So daily 2-3 sums you need to practice. Then only your calculation speed will improve. Remember, see, maths is all about practice. Maths is all about practice. Just by sitting and listening to my lectures or any lecture, any teacher's lecture, believe me, it will not help you at all. What you should do, just listen to me, follow whatever I ask you to. Then only it will help you. And here the next thing is, remember, you are not here to become Ramanujan or Sakuntala Devi. Your target is to qualify this paper anyhow. Your target is to qualify this paper anyhow. You need to score minimum 66 marks in this exam. See whether you score 66 or 166. You will be at the same level. So therefore, just put up the effort which you require to. Assess yourself. If you really feel that yes, you are too good in maths and reasoning, you are too good in reading comprehension, then you just solve few previous year question paper. You just attempt year 2021 question paper, 2020 question paper, 2019 question paper, last 3 year question paper. देखिए, honest assessment. If you really want the honest assessment from me now, then I cannot give you your honest assessment. what you all must do, you all must try the question paper, okay, original UPSC question paper at home. If you score more than 100 in all the, for example, if you are attempting 2019, 2020, 2021, last 3 years paper, and if you are scoring more than 100, 105, 110 in all the 3 papers, then yes, you are on the safe side. But if you score 80 also, then you are on the borderline. Why? Because remember, whatever your score is when you attempt the question paper at home, definitely your score drops by around 20 marks when you attempt the same paper on the exam day, your UPSC CSAT in the examination hall. And the moment you find that you are unable to score, kind of more than 100 marks, it means you need to devote some extra time for it. You need some guidance, you need basic approach, and few important topics, the concepts needs to be cleared. Apart from it, you need to practice the questions. If you go by the question paper now, see, all of you here, if you go by the last year, previous year question papers, okay, you look at year 2015 question paper, then 2017 question paper, then 2019 question paper, and then last year question paper 2021. You will find that the level of the questions has increased. The options in the questions have become closer. This difference you will find when you observe, when you attempt the question paper. See, the thing is, UPSC can raise the standard of the question paper anytime. And believe me, you cannot complain anything about it. See, after coming out of examination hall, you cannot give any excuse that I didn't prepare accordingly. देखिए, excuse are for losers only. Winners don't give excuses. They just evaluate and then accordingly they put up the effort. Rao, today I'm just taking your maths and reasoning questions. We'll be having more sessions. In the next session we will take passages also. We'll see how the options are too close in the passages, how to eliminate the wrong option choice. So next time we'll be taking the passages also, because in one session if I take each and everything, it becomes kind of too congested. And I want this session to be kind of slow. You all can listen, you all understand, you all respond. I can also respond to your queries. Very good, Bhavani. Now, Ritik, how to identify your strong points? See, the thing is, after solving the questions, for example, if you are attending the classes, if you find that yes, the percent questions, you can solve it easily. You are getting the answers out of, suppose 20 questions, you are getting more than 15 questions answers correct. Similarly, in time and work, you find that yes, you are understanding the topic well. Time, speed and distance, you are understanding the topic well, you are getting more. Then after, once you go through all the topic, once you attempt the questions, then only you can find out that yes, what all topics you find interesting, what all topics you can understand the question, comprehend the question. See here, reading comprehension, we say that in CSAT paper, only the passages you don't have to comprehend. you have to comprehend the maths questions also. You'll find that many questions will be lengthy ones, though it will be easy, but understanding the question, comprehending the question becomes the real challenge. So once you attempt the questions, see what happens whenever you try any topic, then at least you attempt 15-20 questions from the topic. Now if there are 20 topics in maths, then if you attempt around 20 questions in those 20 topics, then after attempting 400 questions from maths, or 300 also if we take 300 questions also from maths, then certainly you will find the improvement. And then out of those 300 questions, you will find after solving those 300 questions, you can identify your area of strength itself. You can find that yes, mensuration questions, geometry questions not convenient for me, okay. I am not comfortable in the questions of, for example, arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Percentage question, yes, I like. Test of divisibility questions, yes, they are very easy for me. So these things come with practice. Once you solve the questions, then only you can find out. Tanishq, regarding consistency with regard to CSAT, see the thing is, if you join the classes, then consistency is maintained at least for that time period for which your classes run. For example, if your classes, there are around suppose 40 classes in CSAT or 50 classes in CSAT. So if there are 50 classes in CSAT, so on those 50 days for which the classes will run, okay, if 5 days a week, 4 days a week or 3 days a week depending on the batch, then for the time period for which the classes will run, definitely the consistency will be maintained if you practice the questions. Whatever questions we discuss in class, whatever topic we discuss in class, then the questions I ask you all to try at home, certainly the consistency will be maintained. Once the course gets completed, after that it depends on you, that at least once in a week you spend 2-3 hours, just you revise, just select any topic, you just revise the topic, solve few questions, then next week again. So the thing is, you will have to generate interest in CSAT. You will have to generate interest in CSAT, because until or unless you develop it, it will be really difficult. Especially those of you who are kind from arts background, or those of you who have left maths after class 10th, or who were not that comfortable in maths in class 9th and 10th also. Why? Because maths questions, if you find easier, then it will help you in reasoning questions also. You would have heard that those who are good in maths, they are good in reasoning also. So yes, because that understanding, once it is developed, then any questions, any type of question you can easily solve. Now all of you try to answer this question. Again, very easy, very simple question. Anchit, for engineering students in CSAT paper, see the thing is, if you have, for example, at the time of your placement, I have seen that in many colleges, at the time of placement, students, they practice aptitude based questions, because many companies, okay, during the hiring process, they have many aptitude tests, okay, different kind of aptitude tests. So if you have practiced those questions, if you have solved the questions in passages, if you are comfortable, reading comprehension part, if you are comfortable, then yes, you assess yourself. As I said, solve previous year questions, question paper, you see how much you are scoring. If you are scoring easily more than 100, then just you need to solve few mock papers and few more previous year question paper. That will be more than enough. But yes, if you are not scoring more than 100, then you need to practice questions topic wise. Ritik, I said earlier only that from comprehension you get around 28 questions from comprehension, that is the passages, and maths and reasoning you get around remaining, that is 52 questions. Okay, around 52 questions are from maths and reasoning. This question, all of you, what is the answer? See, this is your year 2019 question. P, Q and R are 3 towns. Okay. The distance between P and Q is given 60 km, whereas the distance between P and R is given 80 km. Q is in the west of P. It means if P is here, then Q is in the west of P. We all know. North, south, east and west. Okay. In the west of P, R is in the south of P. R is in the south of P. This distance is 60 km. This distance is 80 km. You have to find out the distance between Q and R. So whenever you have to find out the distance between Q and R, you need to always find out the shortest distance, and shortest distance is always the straight line joining the two places. So shortest distance here will be what? Under root 60 square plus 80 square. You apply the Pythagoras theorem, you know this is right angle triangle. So you know perpendicular, you know base, you have to find out the hypotenuse. Then under root 60 square plus 80 square, you get 100 km. See now here, if you know the Pythagoras theorem very well, if you know the Pythagorean triplets, for example, you know the Pythagorean triplet, that is 3, 4 and 5. They are very famous Pythagorean triplets. 5, 12 and 13, they are very famous Pythagorean triplets. Then it means if this is 3, this is 4, definitely this one will be what? 5. No need to do any calculation. And you know the best part of Pythagorean triplets is that their multiples are also Pythagorean triplet. If 3, 4, 5 is Pythagorean triplet, then 6, 8 and 10 will be also Pythagorean triplet. So if this is 60, this is 80, definitely this one will be what? 100. So yes, these things comes with practice. When you attend the classes, you go through the different kind of shortcuts also, tricks also at times. All of you, now look at this question. This is also your year 2019 question. So all of you, this question, if dollar means divided by the rate means multiplied by hashtag means minus and then the value of 10 minus 5 at the rate that is multiplied by 1 dollar that is divided by 5 is. So now all of you here 10 minus, always remember we have to follow BODMAS rule. For any simplification, any calculation, you need to follow BODMAS rule. And I think you all know the BODMAS rule. Into 1 by 5. So 10 minus 1 you get 9. Bracket of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So you solve in this sequence only. So you get answer 9. Now all of you, what was the purpose, of discussing these questions, okay, previous year questions? The first and the most important purpose is that many students, okay, they don't have the idea of the type of questions which we get in this exam. You must have the idea. There is no need of any kind of fear from this paper, CSAT paper. This paper is moderate in level. Okay, you cannot call it very easy, you cannot call it hard also. And in this exam, okay, you will find that out of 80 questions, definitely 25 to 30 questions, okay, will be of easy category. "15 to 20 questions will be really hard. 15 to 20 questions will be really hard, and remaining questions are of moderate level. So all of you, what must be your target? See, if you are a UPSC aspirant, civil services aspirant, yes, you have to qualify this paper. So what you need to do? You need to study, or you need to solve questions, or you need to practice questions such that these 25 to 30 questions, those are of easy level. Yes, you can identify in exam, you can solve these questions, and out of these questions, 90% of the questions you must get the correct answer. See, no one is expecting from you that you will get these 15-20 tough questions also you get the correct answer. No need also. That yes, from these 25-30 questions, yes, you can attempt at least 90 questions, get those questions correct. And the remaining questions which are of moderate level, from here also you can attempt around 20-25 questions. So what is required basically? Basically here you need kind of quantitative aptitude, all the topics which are there, LCM, HCF, test of divisibility, then average, percent, ratio, proportion and all, then time and work, time, speed and distance, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, AP and GP, etc. Okay. all these topics, okay, from all these topics you should solve at least 15-20 questions. Now once you solve 15-20 questions plus your previous year questions, okay, and 15-20 questions you should not solve it of tough standard, okay. Now many students, they always ask me, sir, which book to follow for this, okay. If you join the classes, then the class handouts plus the study material is more than enough, because in class handouts and study material we cover all the previous year questions, all the basic questions, basic concept questions. So all the basic concept questions as well as previous year questions are covered in your handout as well as study material. So that will be covered, because when you purchase any book now, as I said, this exam is different from the other exams like CAT, MAT, ZAT, your SSC, Bank PO and all. But rarely you find, hardly you find any book which is devoted to CSAT. Students, they practice the same questions for all the exams. No. Here your focus must be previous year questions and then the conceptual questions. So therefore class handouts plus study material is more than enough. And as I said, for the assessment, last 3 year question paper if you solve, and then you can try question paper from 15 to 18 also, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then from 2011 to 14 you can solve all the last previous 11 year question paper plus few mock papers. If you feel that yes, you are too confident, you can qualify this exam easily. Don't be overconfident, because believe me, I have been taking CSAT classes since 2011, and since the paper it became qualifying in nature, every year I come across 20-25 students minimum who they do really well in paper 1, but in paper 2 out of overconfidence they just miss. So you cannot be overconfident, believe me. As I said, no, you cannot have any excuse after the exam. You should be prepared before the exam that you must score more than 100 marks. Then in reasoning, all of you, in logical reasoning, analytical reasoning, here you find there are many topics which are very interesting and easy also. Like we did direction sense test question. Now from this topic every year you get one question at least. Sometimes even 2 to 3 questions from this one topic. And the questions are very, very easy. Just after practicing 15-20 questions, you can you kind of can master this topic. Then there are topics like blood relation and the arrangement question. Cubes and dice, clock and calendar. Here in these topics, okay, very simple, very basic concept based questions you get in exam. And if you know the basic concept, you can easily solve the questions. For calculation practice, all of you, for example, see, for calculation practice, we go through different kind of technique, different kind of tricks, different kind of shortcuts, but we don't run after the shortcuts and tricks. Now for finding out for example, the squares of numbers from 41 to 60. For finding out the squares of numbers from 41 to 60, we see how we can find out the squares of the numbers easily, okay, without pen and paper, just by the basic trick. We call it the base method, and we take the base as 50. So all of you here, what is 50 square? 50 square is 2500. So now all of you, 50 square is 2500. This 2500 we break in two parts, 25 and 00. Now suppose you have to find out 49 square. So 49 is 1 less than 50. If 49 is 1 less than 50, then all of you, what is 1 less than 25? What is 1 less than 25? 1 less than 25 is what? 24. Now 49 is how much less? 1 less. Now all of you, what is 1 square? 1 square is 1 only. Now if you have to write down 1 here in 2 spaces, because here there are 2 spaces now. So if you have to write down 1 here in 2 spaces, how you can write it? You can write it 2401. Again, see here, 48 square. 48 is how much less than 50? 2 less than 50. So all of you, what is 2 less than 25? 23. And then what is 2 square? 2 square is what? 4. Now if you have to write down 4 here in 2 spaces, how you can write it? 04. Similarly, 47 square. 47 is how much less than 50? 3 less than 50. What is 3 less than 25? 25 minus 3, 22. And then what is 3 square? 9. So how you can write 9 here? 09. Similarly, 46 square. 46 is what? 4 less than 50. What is 4 less than 25? 24. And then what is 4 square? 16. Similarly, 45 square. 45 is what? 5 less than 50. So what is 5 less than 25? 20. And then 5 square is 25. So you get to know such kind of tricks also, calculation tricks, calculation techniques, which help you in kind of reducing the time. So all of you here in this CSAT course, okay, if you want to prepare for CSAT, one is self, okay, other is through help of coaching, okay, like us. If you feel you are confident enough, yes, you can prepare for CSAT yourself also. And I have said what must be the approach for it. Previous year questions. If you easily score more than 100, so solve all the previous year questions. See, if for example, if you have already qualified CAT, if you have scored 99 percentile, 98 percentile, I know, yes, you can easily qualify. If you have little doubt also, then solve previous year questions. If you score more than 100 in all the year paper, then you are on the safe side. 100 plus, if you score 100 plus, then still you cannot be overconfident. You need to solve mock papers in the end. All of you must solve minimum 7 to 10 mock papers. 7 to 10 mock papers in the end. And still, if you feel, you can just go through basic concepts of the topics. Okay, I have already given the name of the topics. You can go through the basic concepts and you can prepare yourself. Second is your coaching classes. Okay. Now here, see, if you join us, we provide around 120 hours of classes, around 120 hours. Okay, so around 120 hours. Now in 120 hours of classes, we cover the entire syllabus. Okay, cover the entire syllabus. We go through all the topics, each topic one by one. For example, if we start with LCM, HCF, then test of divisibility, then average, then percent. Each topic we go by the basic concept. We solve few questions with respect to basic concept, and then previous year questions and similar questions. In that case, what you need to do, you just need to follow the teacher. Whatever question I ask you all to solve, yes, you need to solve, you need to try those questions at any cost. Any calculation practice, any tricks for calculation practice or any extra thing which I ask you all to do, you must do. Then we keep the doubt sessions also, separate doubt sessions. Okay. Now here entire syllabus and nearly all previous year questions. Okay, nearly all previous year questions of all the topics. Then you get mock papers also. Get mock papers also. So now here in this case, all of you, you just need to follow the teacher. You just need to follow the teacher. You just need to practice the question seriously. See, as I said earlier, maths is all about practice. You know, in maths and reasoning, if before exam, if you practice 700, 600 questions now, no one can stop you, no one can kind of check you. You can easily qualify this paper. Out of 50, 52 maths and reasoning questions now, you can easily solve more than 30 correct. More than 30 correct in an hour only. See, many students, they ask me that, sir, if I am too comfortable in reading comprehension, can I, skip maths and reasoning questions? See, out of all the three sections now, verbal ability, quantitative aptitude and reasoning, the questions, most confusing questions are from verbal ability part. And the interesting thing is, see, still officially UPSC has not given the answer key of last year's CSAT paper. Okay. Now, if you look at the answer key of different institutes, you will find that in 4-5 questions, or at least 3-4 questions, the answers mismatch in verbal ability part. So the experts also, cannot kind of find the accurate answer with what approach or with what psychology the examiner has set the question and the options and the answer key. Then how can you? So verbal ability, yes, it is very difficult to kind of come up with 100% kind of accuracy. Yes, more than 90% you can reach, but 100% is really tough. Maths and reasoning, see, and there is no need of 100% accuracy now. In maths and reasoning, if you have kind of 60-70% accuracy, in verbal ability you have 50% accuracy. Accuracy in the sense the number of questions you attempt, okay. Not that you are attempting 40 questions, 20 only correct and 20 wrong, not in that sense. Accuracy means the number of questions which you are attempting here. You can easily qualify this paper. Ritik, square of 46, 46 is what? 4 less than 50, so 4 less than 25, 21, and then 4 square 16, 21, 16. 21, 16. Oh, thank you. This is 21, 21, 16 only. This is 21, 16 only. Thank you. So all of you, we have kind of discussed enough questions and today. So this is the last question of the day, and after this I'll take all your doubts and then we will end the session for today. So all of you just answer this last question of the day. This is also your last year question. Answer fast. Now all of you, given here in the English alphabet, the first 4 letters are written in opposite order and the next 4 letters are written in opposite order and so on, and at the end Y and Z are interchanged. Which will be the 4th letter to the right of the 13th letter? So you have to find out the position of 4th letter to the right of 13th letter in the new arrangement here, okay. So now in this case 4 letters are written in opposite order. It means your A, B, C, D is written like this. Then again E, F, G, H. E, F, G, H is written like this. I, J, K, L. I, J, K, L written like this. Then M, N, O, P. MNOP is written like this. QRST is written like this, and so on. Now you have to find out which will be fourth letter to the right of 13th letter. So now for 4 letters, so 4, 4, 8, 4, 12. So what is the 13th letter? 13th letter is P. So if 13th letter is P, what is fourth letter to the right of P? Now all of you always remember, here whenever we talk about right and left, now we always talk about your right and your left. It means facing the question paper or facing the screen, whatever will be your right, that will be your right. Whatever will be your left, that will be the left. So while facing the question paper, so P is here. So what will be the fourth letter to the right of P? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is fourth letter to the right of P? That is T. Now all of you, why I am taking these easy questions, why I have selected these easy questions, just to motivate you all also. I am not here to create any kind of fear in your mind. Okay. I want you all to really understand the paper, the toughness of the paper, and that you have such easy questions also in the paper. But yes, you need prior practice. You need prior practice. Once you practice the questions now, then you are always confident. And if you don't see, out of 80 questions, remember 5 to 7 questions every year will be completely new, will be kind of alien for many of you. It happens, okay. But no need to worry. You don't have to attempt those 5 to 7 questions. Yes, you cannot waste your time in attempting those questions. What you need to do, you need to select such questions, these questions, where you can answer, which you can answer easily, and then you are confident also. So now, all of you, do you have any doubt, any question, any query you can ask? See, next session I will take, see, next Sunday you have the UPSC Prelims, okay. So next to next Sunday, okay, we'll be having the next CSAT session, okay, open session. We'll be taking the reading comprehension questions also, and we'll take those questions where you find the options too close to eliminate, okay. We'll take such questions only, such passages as well. So I think we are done for the day. So all of you, first of all the very best for your exam. All of you, please take this, entire preparation, this whole GS, CSAT, prelims, mains, optional, interview, each and everything seriously. If you are here, if you are preparing for it, give your 100%. Okay. whether you attend the classes or you don't attend the classes, whether you join or you don't join, remember you have to give your 100%. Okay. If you give your 99% also, remember you cannot qualify this exam. Give your 100%. Okay. And whether in GS or in CSAT or in any of the subject, understand the subject, understand the syllabus and work accordingly. So all of you, all the very best. Keep smiling. That is the key to success. So always keep smiling, be positive and be disciplined. So thank you all of you for attending this session. So see you all in the next session, and those of you who want to join the course, we are having kind of online classes are going on Sundays, and from 20th of June we will be starting your offline batches for CSAT. We will be starting your offline batches for CSAT, and the number of classes each week, there will be kind of around 5 classes every week. So 5 classes every week, then in 8 to 9 weeks or maximum 10 weeks your entire syllabus will be over. So in maximum 10 weeks your entire syllabus will be over. So we will be starting your CSAT offline course from 20th of June. So those who want to join, okay, you all can register, you all can join the course, and then see you all in the class. And rest of you all, if you want to prepare on your own, you can do it on your own also. So all of you, goodbye, take care.